Hey guys, welcome back to LOI Fan TV. We're back again to give our League of Our Own GW28 preview and predictions. Yeah, look, it's been busy. It's I was gonna say Rovers in Europe, but Shells are there too to keep us
Oh my
busy.
God.
We've the
The
FAI
champions.
Cup. I would say Shells in the FAI Cup, but that's over too. But anyways, we're back to the bread and butter. We're back to the good stuff. We're back to the league action. So yeah, look, we'll jump straight in. Four games on Friday, one game on the Saturday. Or is it? Is it?
That's
No, sorry,
Giles and
sorry, they
Rovers.
got called off.
Yeah,
They
yeah.
got called.
Just a
Yeah,
nice
yeah,
little
yeah.
agreement. I think that was a nice little. I think
That
both
was a
teams are
nice one,
very
wasn't
good for
it?
that. Like,
You couldn't have written that like
yeah,
in the fixture schedule that those two playing each other, Rovers and Chelsea. So
yeah,
yeah, no happy days. But look,
yeah. So
I know you're looking forward to getting into this for a certain reason. But I'll start it from the top. Bohemians versus Cork City. Take it away, Russ.
oh, where do we start? Oasis. What a weekend! What a weekend! What a great start to the Oasis weekend in Dublin, wasn't it? It was
That's brilliant.
fantastic stuff. The Bows must have won, didn't they, on Friday in the cup? Sligo at home, routine win, was it? Well, they must have won. For the weekend that was in it, Bohemians must have sailed through to the quarterfinals of the FAI Cup. Surely.
You'd think so.
You think so, like. What's
Like,
did you see the result? What was the result?
I did. Owen Elding loves a go
Oh,
against Boats.
you're messing. You're
He
joking.
loves a go.
You
I
are
know. And
joking.
I was at Oasis myself on Sunday, and I see all these Bows jerseys. But I know I had to remind myself. Wait, no, none of these fellas actually support Bows. So like, I was like, what's that? We got knocked out of the cup wearing the jersey. I
This
was trying to
jersey's
make sense
extinct
of it.
now. Like it's a cup jersey. The cup runs over. The jersey's extinct. Like, oh, you couldn't ride it, could you?
Oh, you couldn't. It's absolute madness. It's just yeah, but Bow's season's been a bit bad, like because it started terribly. Then they had this absolute, we're gonna win the league, run, and you're thinking, is it? Could they win the league? And
Yeah,
now it just feels like they've got it's just it's plateaued again.
yeah, yeah,
So I don't know, I can't keep up with it. It's like a moody teenager,
yeah, yeah.
like a
I
moody.
think
Alan Reynolds is
Bohemians
one big
fans. One piece of advice for
yeah.
Bohemians fans: don't look back in anger at the cup run. Like it is what it is. Like like you have to get over it. Big pressure on them now to finish second, though. I think out of the cup.
We'll see. We'll see. As I said, I haven't really like in the league. They've been a bit patchy too. Yeah, like they've been all right in the league. Like obviously, that Drogheda result was a bit anticlimactic from their perspective. But yeah, look, you have to look at it now and you have to think. Obviously the draw against Shells. But they did well to kind of get a point from there. So, but yeah,
Crossing the
look,
void, getting
they
away
have
with
to
bloody murder. Like,
yeah,
absolutely
exactly. But
disgusting. But I was listening to I think it was the LOI Central pod, and they mentioned, and this is like fourth hand information here, but they were saying some fella came up to Dan McDonnell and was like, I saw Dawson Devoy and Ashburn or whatever, and he said to me, I couldn't believe I didn't get sent off there, like, for that. And then he goes on and scores a second goal, like, so couldn't ride it, like,
yeah, like Bowes arguably are under a lot of pressure now between now and the end of the season
I think
because
so.
like that squad ain't cheap. And look, I
Big
know they're
money for
making their
transfer as well
jersey.
now, like,
Yeah, they make. I know that financially they're probably be grand, because of all the jersey sales or whatever. But you know, these players want to at least have European football. I think he'll have interest in Dawson Devoy from across the water from how good he's been this season. And yeah, like people like Ross Tierney and Douglas James Taylor are going to want to have European football. And I think it's paramount. And look, no better game than Cork City at home.
yeah.
Um, so surely a win is in the pipeline here.
Yeah, yeah. Funny you say that. Like, obviously, Dawson Devoy has been probably contender for player of the season. The season's been fantastic, and you just wonder, is like an EFL move back on the cards for him, I think he'd be better suited going to the continents, get going to, like, I don't know,
100%. I saw
Belgium.
that there's a team in the German second tier that we're looking at, and I think someone like that'd be really good from, a team
Yeah,
kind of like, push for promotion.
yeah.
It suits him as a player, he's really versatile.
I obviously I follow kind of Wigan in League One or whatever, and you look at like a lot of the midfielders, and like I think we signed this fella from Arsenal, kind of a real technical, small, nice sort of footballer, really good player, probably one of the better players in the league or whatever. But he doesn't really get a look in. They kind of go for the powerhouse, big, strong blokes, like, experienced heads, and that just
Mm.
seems to be getting like that's not the boy's game. Like, he's a better footballer than these lads, but the managers are playing week to week to try and keep their job, kind of thing. They need the physical ballast. battle. Like they don't really have time to build a project or whatever. So I don't know if Dawson Devoy is suited. It might be a club in the championship maybe or something maybe that would look at him or something. I think he's more than good enough to even get into conversations for Ireland squads in the future and stuff like that, ability wise. But I think if the next move from it is crucial, 100%.
Yeah, I wouldn't like to see him go back to England, to be honest. Even Scotland, I wouldn't like to see him go there either. Not that he doesn't have the physicality, but I just think he's too good of a footballer to go into a lethargic robust team. I'd really like to see him go to Germany or go to the Netherlands or somewhere like that. But yeah,
100%.
looking ahead at this game, Bows would be hurting. There's no two ways about it.
Yeah,
And the players probably feeling a bit as well. There's probably that pressure as well, not to slump back into what was the start of the season. So I'm gonna go 3-1 Bows
yeah,
against Cork. I think we'll get back on track.
that's fair. Cork have picked up a little bit recently, haven't they? Like they've got, I think they draw against Derry up there. I think was it up there maybe in the Bandywell. I think the last time I remember. Let me just double check that. But I know they won recently as well. So they're like starting to pick up a couple of points, getting a little bit. So they won 2-1 against Waterford. They drew at Derry and beat Galway. So they're unbeaten. They've two wins in their last three games, one draw. So they're picking up a little bit of momentum. Cork, which is funny at this stage. They're probably still a little bit too far adrift.
Yeah.
Um, Definitely a little bit of momentum behind them, so they might give Bows a decent game. I still back Bows to win. I'll go 2-1 Bows. But I think it'd be a kind of a trickier game than it seems on paper, you know?
Yeah, look, Cork, as you said, are in good run of form. But as I said, I think it's too little, too late, and it's probably that element of freedom in their game now that their fate is destined. So,
Yeah.
yeah, we'll see. But yeah, Poe should have enough.
Yeah, yeah. Next up, anyway, we have Drogheda against St. Pat's, which is just an absolutely enormous fixture in the kind of running for Europe. You feel it's borderline kind of must-win territory for Pats. They're currently 4 points off Drogheda, who are in fourth. Pats are in sixth. 4 points between them, and they need to kind of narrow that gap. If they lose this game, God, it's looking it's a big kind of mountain to climb to catch Drogheda, for example, who might be one of those teams that potentially slip out of that European contention or whatever. So both games for both sides, this is just an absolutely enormous fixture. And a fun fact as well, it has the potential to be the first ever four games between the two teams to end 0-0. The first three games of the season between the two sides have all ended 0-0. And it'd be the first ever time that every game between a League of Ireland side, two League of Ireland sides have ended 0-0, if this one does as well.
That's to be your prediction, isn't it?
Yeah, I
Your
think so.
wish.
I think it has to be like. I think it has to be.
Yeah, fair. The Conor Keeley derby. Yes, I'm sticking two fingers at Kenny. He's like, "You'll never score again.
Yeah, yeah,
You'll never score again."
yeah. It'll probably be 2-2 or like 3-3 now or something though.
Yeah, we'll see. Yeah, we'll see. Look, yeah, um, just draw to just keep on pulling it out of the bag, like going up to Derry and like Luke Dennis and three penalty saves. Well, I know one of them. He didn't save them all, but look, a clean sheet and a penalty sheet, it always looks good from a goalkeeper perspective. And yeah, just draw are just immense. I just have to take my hat off to them. Just every time you doubt them, they deliver.
Yeah,
It's so impressive. Like it's just so impressive what Kevin Doherty's done up there. Like you would have said to us now, like they're a win away from second.
yeah,
So but like it's ridiculous. But yeah, Pat's here. It's in United Park, isn't it?
yeah,
Yeah. Look, Pat's obviously a great result against Shells. That probably takes pressure off a little bit. I don't necessarily fancy Pats going up here to win. I just can't see it. I just can't, as you said. If I could go for a draw, I'm gonna go 1-1. I think unfortunately that thing might not happen. It's unlikely, but I'd love to see it happen. But yeah, I just Pats just don't really have the minerals to really go up there and beat Drogheda in their recent run of form. So
yeah.
yeah, I'm gonna go 1-1.
Could easily see Drogheda doing what they did in Daily Rant as well, kind of soaking up the pressure and just hitting
Yeah,
pats to break and they've good players as well. Josh Thomas looks like he's doing well last couple of weeks as
yeah.
well. Once so definitely have the capability to beat Pats. I'm gonna go 0-0 just for the storyline of the final.
I hope it'll be real.
Be brilliantly amazing. Next
Yeah,
up, then we have Galway United against Derry City. Galway, obviously, where are they now? Are they second bottom, third bottom? Third
third,
bottom,
third,
third bottom.
third.
4 points clear of Sligo in ninth, who they are having to keep a keen eye over the shoulder on. Obviously, Sligo building a little bit of momentum down there.
Mm.
Derry, on the other hand, obviously sitting in that kind of purgatory zone, 42 points, one behind Bows, similar, same as Drogheda. So yeah, another massive game for the two sides.
Yeah, 100%. Sorry, Galway, a good result against Rovers there. Arguably could have won the game. Edward Giddy made a few great saves. They've kind of, seemed to be get a bit of reaction. Obviously, John Daly's gone in there now to
Yeah,
replace Ollie Horgan. I think that's a great piece of. It's very interesting, kind of the model in Galway. Like it's like two managers kind of running the show.
Mhm.
It's interesting, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah. Obviously, Bows had similar with O'Donnell and Reynolds. Shells, you could argue, had similar with Duff and O'Brien earlier in the season. I
Yeah.
think it's becoming like a kind of a common theme, you know?
That's it. Well, so I suppose maybe one voice, after a while runs tiresome. So yeah. I think that's a really good appointment for Galway because like sometimes, as I said, it can get a bit stale. And we were kind of saying Galway squad's a little bit getting a bit stale, especially now with their goal scoring issues with Dyer going. So yeah, having fresh voice, a real experienced head, and John Daly played like, at a top level in Scotland, and has managed his fair share of league round clubs. So yeah, I think that'll really bode well for them. Yeah, Derry are just Derry, aren't they? They're turning they're almost turning to Spurs. Like
Yeah,
it's just like the nearly men.
yeah,
Every just when you think they're getting away from it, they fall back in.
yeah, yeah,
And it's just quite disappointing. Like it's just really turbulent up there, like with the ins and the outs, and it's very hard for Tiernan Lynch to stamp his attire. And like yeah, Kevin Holt kind of going throwing his toys out of pram in Scotland, coming over here, and then throwing his toys out here and going back to
yeah,
Scotland. It's just
yeah.
a bit of a circus.
Obviously, Pat
Um,
Hogan was unhappy as well. But like it seems like there's
yeah,
a bit of a mess in the dressing room kind of thing,
yeah.
and a lot of
It
it's a
seems
bit
like
of
it runs
turnovers.
itself. Like the manager up there is kind of like, I think it's hard for a manager to have real influence up there with kind of all that going on.
Yeah,
And obviously, you Philip Authority guy coming in and saying, look, sign players, sign players. It doesn't seem like the managers is signing the players.
no,
Yeah, it's a bit interesting. It's kind of similar to the Waterford model, but just with a bit more cash flow.
yeah, yeah.
But yeah, here, to be honest, I don't really see Derry winning either. To be honest, I could see another draw here. I'm gonna go 0-0.
Yeah, I was saying I think this has a draw written all over. To be honest, I think
Mhm.
yeah, I'll go 1-1 just to keep it a little bit different. But I think yeah, it has draw written all over it, and I don't think Galway be too disappointed with a point. I think that they'll be taking that point in the right direction, kind of thing. I'm just kind of tipping away to try and get to safety. Really, is probably the objective now for them.
Michael Duffy probably banging his head against the wall, like because he is clearly a top player. Like there's
Yeah,
no two ways about it how good of a player he is, and he's just in a kind of lethargic, Derry team. Like he could play for anyone, and like he could arguably be over in England. I
yeah,
genuinely believe he'd be good enough to play top of League One, Championship level. Like he
easy.
just like that goal he scored in the cup was outrageous. The goal he didn't even move,
Yeah,
and it went
yeah.
to top
Oh,
corner. It was just
he's I think
a
he's scored
rocket.
in shells as well this season. Yeah, he's
Oh,
just he's been doing it in the league around for years and years. So yeah, he's just yeah, he probably deserves a little bit better. Obviously, he has league medals to show for his time at Dundalk, bits and pieces. So
yeah.
maybe happy out where he is and stuff. But obviously, he's an ambitious guy. Like so, he does want to be challenging for titles. I think for Tiernan Lynch, I think it is one where I think first season was always going to be a little bit turbulent coming in. He definitely deserves a crack to whip again next season to go again. But to be so disappointed with that cup game in particular, that would have been great for him to get a decent run in the cup. But yeah, both going for the draw in that one. Final game of the weekend, as we touched on, obviously Rovers and Shells postponed, which would have been the big one. But the final game of the weekend is in the RSC. Waterford playing host to Sligo Rovers. Another big game here. 8 points between the sides. So it's probably a little bit of a stretch for Sligo to catch Waterford at this point, you'd imagine. But Galway definitely well in their sights, and you think this is an important game for Sligo to win, just to if they can take advantage of Galway dropping any points. And it's probably these games like Sligo will have tough games, and they've been very unlucky in recent weeks with a lot of poor refereeing decisions, which have been highlighted a lot. I think they had two red cards rescinded within the matter of 2 weeks. I think it was Paddy McLean's one comes to mind, obviously in Pats, which was a disgraceful decision at 0-0. Obviously went on to lose the game, but at 0-0, well in the tie, going out to 10 men, it's game over. So they're kind of licking their wounds a little bit after that. But I think they fancy their chances of going to Waterford to try and nick something from this, to be honest.
Yeah, no, 100%. Sligo haven't hard done by, and like, even though they were probably, we would probably say 2, 3 weeks ago that they were one of the best informed teams in the league. It's kind of maybe, yeah, had a bit of setback refereeing decisions wise, but like Waterford are in a weird spot as well, where like, they kind of cough up results here or there. Like you've young Conan now and you've Paul Hammond, doing it, but I don't know. I could see Sligo coming here and really, putting it up to Waterford and
Yeah,
making it really interesting. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
like if Sligo win this game, like what logistically, how would that put them? I know they'd be really close to go with them, but would Waterford be getting dragged into that relegation playoff? Is
Yeah,
that a
Sligo
possibility?
Sligo win this on 29, Waterford on 34, so it'll be 5 points between them with what, 8 games to go. So it's not they're definitely like within touching distance kind of thing, not too far away.
Yeah. Yeah, it'd be interesting. I think a win here for Waterford probably, see them clear
Yeah,
of that. And that's probably going to be an incentive from John Coleman. But I could also see Sligo just about. Part of me saying draw, but
yeah.
I think a win would really open things up here. And I'm going to go for a win. I'm going to say 2-1 Sligo.
Yeah, I think I probably agree. I just look even looking at their cup results at the weekend, obviously Sligo going to Bows and
Yeah,
nicking Dalymount Park and winning the game, maybe nicking it
yeah.
really well, winning it 1-0 at Dalymount, and then Waterford obviously crashing out to Cork in the cup as well, which they'll be so disappointed with, and morale might be a little bit low and bits and pieces after that. And just like, what is the motivation there for Waterford? A cup run would have been great, would have kept spirits high, bits and pieces like that. And it's just like, is the drive there for them now to kind of see out the season in a good fashion? I'm not convinced that it is, to be honest. Whereas Sligo really seem to have a kind of bit between their teeth, and they have good players, and Elding is just a difference maker, and it could be a big factor in this
Proper
game as
player.
well. So yeah, such a good footballer. So I'm gonna go for Sligo. What did you go for? 1-0 Sligo, was it?
I went 2-1 Sligo.
2-1 Sligo. I'll go 1-0 Sligo just to nick it. Same result as Daly went last week. I go for Sligo to win it, and then the battle for the playoffs becomes very interesting then.
Yeah, it'd be really interesting to see this year if two teams come from the first division because like it's been a few years. Like the results have been predictable for a few years, probably since Cork came up beating Waterford a few years back. That's like what 3 years ago now. But yeah, it'd be great to see kind of, a Cove or a Bray come up.
Yeah.
And really, because obviously right now we're in a weird kind of situation where, Dundalk go down, come back up, Cork go down, and vice versa. This rotates. Whereas I feel like if two clubs come up, it'll be like there'll be more full-time teams. It'll encourage that part of the team that comes up to level up, and then the first division will be have a dynamic shift as well. So
Yeah,
yeah, here's hoping. But I really think that a win here for Sligo will make things interesting at the bottom.
100%. 100%. Yeah, both gone for a Sligo away win there. Just to finish off the video, uh quick one for you to call second, third, fourth, and the cup winner. Let's lock in some early predictions.
Yeah, I'm not even looking at the league here.
I'll,
So
I'll give you the lay of the land at the moment. So all
right, go
same
on.
games played. Bows 43,
Right.
Derry 42,
Okay.
Drogheda 42, Shells 39, Pats 38. I think they're the contenders.
Part of me just thinks Derry missed out in Europe. I don't know what it is. I'm gonna go with it. I'm gonna say right. I'm gonna say Rovers first. I'm gonna say in no particular order. The next three will be Bows, Shells, and I think Drogheda will just nick it. I just don't know. I just got a good feeling off them.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
think that'll be it. I think Shells will get in as well. And I think just Pats won't have enough. I think Pats will go down the cup road maybe. That might be an avenue for them. And then winning the cup. Do you know what? I think we haven't been in the cup final since 2020, and we haven't won it since 2019. And every year we've really let it down. I really think this year, especially if we get knocked out by Santa Clara, I think we'll really lock in and try go for a double. Bradley's yet to do it, so I'm gonna go for not an outside shout, but doubles are few and far between. So I'm gonna say Rovers win the cup as well. What's yours today?
Gooch, yeah. I'll go Rovers, obviously win the league. It's kind of an no-brainer at this point. I do
Yeah.
think Bows should get second, I think.
Hmm.
I'm worried about Pats having an end of season kick on a little bit though. I am a little bit worried about that. Just what they always seem to do, and like players playing for contracts next season, players looking for a move or whatever. You always seem to turn it on a little bit. So I'm a little bit worried because the quality is there, and there's Amelia starting to bang goals. A little bit worried about Pats. I'm gonna go for Shells in third, and I'm gonna go for Drogheda in fourth. But I could easily see Pat sneaking fourth, to be honest.
Is there a world where you get Conference League, and as a result of that, you end up finishing outside the top four?
Possibly. Possibly. I do think that we've built a decent squad to be able to compete, but it's such small margins. Like we dropped a few players for Bows, we didn't win. We dropped a few players for the Pats games weekend, we didn't win. Such small margins against these teams, and every game is so tough, and you have to be so on it. And I think an added distraction will be difficult to deal with. So I would be concerned. I'd definitely swap it out to come finish fifth, but get to the group stage. Yeah, I'm taking it every day of the week. Like, we can really build for next season and properly compete then. Like, but um. Yeah, I just think Shell might just have enough to nick third, but it's really tight. I'm not confident in that at all. But you know what? I'm gonna go Rovers, Bows, Shells, Pats, Dublin top four.
Interesting. Was the cup draw today?
Not yet. I haven't seen it yet. I haven't seen it yet. Do you know what? I'll
Okay.
tell you, like, yeah, my pick for the cup is I agree with you. I think Rovers will win it. I think was it three big hitters gone out the weekend. Derry,
Yeah.
you never want to get Derry away in the cup, which Drogheda did amazing to get by them. So Derry, Shells, and Bows all going out in the cup, and that's kind of three bogey-ish teams for Rovers as well. You feel like fancy Rovers against everyone else in the competition, I think.
Yeah, you don't want Derry away. Bows are bogey team and Shells, you never know.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
Fancy us
go
against
with
Pats. I think you have Pats' number a little bit.
yeah, I'm not worried about. I have a feeling it's gonna be a Rovers draw the final. I just have
Yeah.
a feeling. I think the draw the cup
That's probably the
holders,
toughest final, nearly.
and it could potentially be the draw that need to win that game to get European football. So I
Yeah.
think there's a number of dynamics at play here,
Yeah.
which will be really interesting. I'd love to see that final, but you never know. It might be a Dublin Derby final, which would be good for the attendance. But yeah, it's interesting, isn't it?
Yeah, my outside shout for the cup would be Sligo to get the final, just to kind of the same as Drogheda last year, finish ninth to win the cup. That'd be my outside shout.
Oh, it'd be brilliant. It'd be brilliant. I'd be delighted for John Russell if he did that because he deserves it. Like, he really deserves it. And like someone like Owen Eldon could win you a cup, you know?
100%. Oh, Jesus, absolutely the
Yeah,
right game.
yeah.
But yeah, I think that's it. I think that race is going to go down to the wire though, like that between those four or five teams.
Yeah, European football. It's going to be. We're all going to be sitting in our respective stadiums on the last day of the season, looking at our phones, saying, "Oh, Drogheda are third. Oh no, Pats are third." It's just going to be. It's going to be like the league title race last season. It's going to go down to the wire. So,
Yeah,
yeah, look, guys, let us know also your predictions as well. Your top four, your cup winner, and yeah, who's your dark horse? Let us know who do you think. But yeah, let's try to get 25 likes in this video, guys. And subscribe if you're new. Leave a like. And yeah, leave a comment also. Please let us know. But Ross, pleasure as always.
nice one, Luke. Thanks a million, guys.